Have you satisfied your urges?
The girl! The girl! Oh, what a treat this will be.
Load her.
All set, Captain. Let's get back to the party.
Not my brightest idea, I reckon. But it was all I could think to do in such a strange situation. That there fog had eaten its way up through the downtown while its fishy minions attacked any folk unlucky enough to still be scuttling around. I'd been sat all nice and comfy in my boat. The lack of booze was tattering my nerves to pieces, but I could feel something unfolding. My gut proved right when the fog began to roll in. And so, I'd kept nice and quiet after setting up a shotgun trap at the door and grabbing my revolver. It didn't make no sense. In all my years at sea, I'd never seen fog move like this. It was as if it was alive. Gave me right chills thinking about it. And when I heard those screams, I knew that I had to do something. But what? Then that Cosgrove feller landed a shiny red speedboat. I opened a window just to peep and overheard him talking about retrieving some girl. But something more was off. Ain't have an ounce of life in his voice. It was like he wasn't himself no more. An idea popped up that I nearly wish had not. When Sylvia got all fidgety and started dancing out there on the edge of the docks, singing and screaming like some kind of coven witch, I exited my boat slowly, careful not to set off that trap, and snuck my way along to their speedboat. None of those fishy things seemed interested in the boats, so the coast was clear as I boarded and snuck beneath a tarp covering some old fishing gear. What good was an old sailor like me running out into the fog with a revolver going to do? But follow all this chaos to its source, and I might just have a shot at helping some folks here. That is, if these bastards don't kill me first. I can hear that nasty fish feller gurgling over me. I can't make a sound now or it might be my last. Sammy, my boy, grant me some luck.
She'll be made whole, just like the others. Can't wait. Can't wait!
She's more than the others. This girl sees into the beyond like Madron does. She will lead the armies under his guidance.
But what about dear old Debbie?
Know you nothing of leadership. Each is to be a hand of Madron, his priest and his enforcer.
Madron's enforcer? Come on, this little lady?
Do not doubt our Lord's judgment. Quiet. You too play an important role. There will be plenty of time for you to revel in the carnage of your kin.
Well, I think I might get a little fun in before we deliver our offering. Maybe. No, better not. Possibly? That'll do nicely.
A scalpel.
What? You gonna stop me?
As long as she's delivered alive, I've fulfilled my task. Carry on as you will.
With pleasure. First, the triangle. And then the hook with just... Stupid bitch, you've ruined it. No matter. I can start again. What's that now?
your future. You possess a gift few others do. Our Lord will form you anew.
Shut your mouth. Now, where did I leave off? We've got quite a ways to go, and your body is a canvas of smooth, beautiful skin. Let's have a little fun, shall we?
The Eastmouth podcast is written, produced, and engineered by DC Tullis. Based on the world created by DC and JD Tullis.
Why won't you just show us the way to the exit at the docks? We're wasting time!
How many times must we go over this? You'll get lost or set off a trap and die if I'm not there to guide you. Even if you somehow make it through, I can't allow you to compromise the route. There's more at stake here than your friend. Now stop whining.
Feels like it's been ages since we last explored this place.
Speak for yourself. I was nearly barbecued alive down here just a few months ago.
Not to mention the time Xavier nearly murdered us down here.
We're here.
This was the other door. The one we never really figured out. Minerva.
I hope you know the combination, because the other one was a hassle.
These doors are unalike.
Is that? I thought I left that back at the manor.
Yeah, it's the clock scepter doohickey your dad left you, Obediah. Where'd you get one, Chuck?
Your father really kept you in the dark, Obediah.
I don't think that was his plan. Look, can you please just explain what's going on here already? You seem to know everything.
They are called ciphers. Mine was passed down from my father and from his father before him. Many doors present in this chasm possess a unique 8-digit combination that changes once a day, automatically.
Neato!
Hold on, you said many doors. Just how many are there?
After you.
Whoa. That's a long hallway.
And there's a lot of intersections.
Follow me and you won't get lost. These tunnels were an ever-expanding abyss built over several hundred years with the help of the Fae. No one living today, at least human, knows where each passage leads. A personal crypt, a library, a secret meeting room. What lays beyond Meadowsweet, what you call the Gauntlet, is but another addition. An archaic one at that, too.
It's to keep the intruders out of the lab, right?
Far from it. The Gauntlet was a rite of passage into the Watchers. When the children of the elite families of Eastmouth arrived of age, they were given the option to test their merits.
To see if they had the skills and virtues expected of them.
Correct.
That's barbaric. 4 people died down there. Each room was just another death trap.
There had, of course, been talks of abandoning the tradition nearly a century ago, but many of these families were cruel and callous. It was a difficult tradition for them to let die. Yet with the first of the Great Wars, the exodus of the 20s, and the unfortunate death of a curious boy who broke in thinking it led to the lab, the tide of opinion finally turned against it, and its usage ceased.
Huh? Why'd we stop? This is a dead end.
The old push a brick and open a passage trick. Neato. It can't be. We're not in New York or some other metropolis.
Can someone tell me what Obediah is seeing? Because all I'm seeing are two big metal doors.
Is that an elevator?
That it is. We're going down. Maybe 100 feet or so.
Christ.
Why are you doing all of this, Chuck?
What do you mean?
Well, you seem so detached. Sure, we've got a crisis on our hands now, but why did you stick around Eastmouth to begin with? Why not just leave?
My people have watched over the well for as long as anyone has ever known. We came to a begrudging agreement with your ancestors because it provided some of us an out. Many did not want to stay monitoring a lifeless rift.
That's not quite answering the question. Why did you stay?
Because I swore to my father that I would. Because there is no one else.
Well, now you have us too.
Some green as grass 18-year-olds? Well, it's a start, I guess.
What stood before us was not like the tunnels above. No cracked bricks, grimy floors, and little skittering insects darting away when you turned a corner. The tunnel was pure concrete, like a military bunker. It was lit by those floating orb thingies that lit our secret base beneath Obediah's home. Across from us were a pair of huge metal doors that were painted a shade of puke green. Each held a panel of thick glass running across the middle until it reached some sort of code lock at the center.
Something's off. I remember it being better lit the last time I was down here.
This is so cool! I mean, we knew there was an alien laboratory beneath Eastmouth, but this is...
Pretty far out.
That their language? On the keypad?
Yep. And... hold on.
You know how to get in, right?
I said hold on. There.
What is this? Some kind of waiting room?
Something's wrong. That door across from us was open the last time I was here. This room was well lit too.
I don't know, maybe they lost power somehow.
Or it's been redirected. Some kind of sleep state, maybe?
Well, we need to find a way through those doors or this was all a waste. Look around. See what you can find.
Already did! There's some kind of panel here. It's got hinges, so I think...
Whoa.
It just pulled my ring right off! Again.
And now we've got power, it seems.
Is it like a power source or an activation key?
You're asking the wrong guy, Michael. But that was pretty neat. So, that's it, right? The door should open for us now.
I'm not sure. The way was already open when I was here last. I didn't think too much of it at the time. This was all years and years ago.
Or they can close behind us.
That does not sound good. Some kind of ventilation system just turned on.
Shit, the air's being sucked from the room. We must have set off a trap.
Try pulling your ring out of the box, Caleb!
No! It's stuck!
Shutters? Is that?
There's someone behind that window. Help us! What do we do?
She's pointing back to the door we came from. And now she's got a... marker?
Whoever she is, tell her to hurry it up!
She's drawing some kind of box. Now she's pointing at it, and, now the door.
Wait, I see something. There's another panel there. It's a keypad. Alright, let me try the door code.
I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded, guys.
It didn't work.
She's drawing symbols now. There's an X with a cross through it.
Next is a circle with 2 dots in it, and I think horns? Almost?
Hurry. We've got to hurry.
An H! But with a... Yeah, 4-sided star.
Light bulb? Smiling face? She's nodding now.
Nothing's happening.
Hurry, please.
No, she's tapping the last one twice.
What?
Try that last symbol twice.
Again? Okay.
Once the room had been pumped full of oxygen again, the inner doors to the laboratory slid open slowly. Standing before us was an immensely beautiful woman. Long raven black hair fell from her shoulders and descended down to her lower back. Her eyes were small and sleepy, comfortably positioned above tight cheekbones and strangely gray lips. Most striking of all was her height. She stood nearly 7 feet tall, yet her ears were not pointed like a fae's ought to be. I took a step forward, and she immediately took a step back. Her emotionless demeanor fell away, and she bared her teeth defensively.
You are not like them.
Like who? Are you a fae?
Why you come here?
We're here because our town, all the way up there, is under attack.
Better question. Why are you down here? You're no fae, that's for sure. Crazy or possibly not human. Got it. But that doesn't answer my question.
We're not trying to hurt you or anything. We've just come to retrieve some stuff.
Not human. Me.
That's progress, I guess. But it's the second time you've dodged my question.
I was captive. Know not how long.
Why would the fae have kept you captive?
I show you.
Good golly!
Whoa.
What's it doing down here?
Step back, boys.
It's not like that, Chuck. It's not like that at all.
No, Chuck! Lower the gun.
What the hell are you all doing? It's an alien.
Just put the gun down and we'll explain everything. Alright?
Just change back. We're not going to shoot you.
The creature goes first. Change back. We don't have time for this, but I'm not moving an inch further until I know what's going on.
Bright light brought me to dark cave. Men with long ears came and burned me. Mind fell away. Awoke in glass tube. It was wet and cold. They studied me. They talked about much. I listened much. Then they left. It was dark for so long. Then the liquid drained. I not understand why. Then I could move. I broke through glass. No other life here. Till you.
Why would Father not tell me about this?
Wait,
Didn't he know?
so this can't be yellow ice then. We've already encountered it out in the wild.
Yeah, that one actually saved my life once.
My mate searches for me. I hear them sometimes, but they not hear me back.
There's 2 of you.
Guys, watch says it's nearly 9:30. We've got a fucking portal open. This is gonna have to wait.
I am in debt for freedom.
That's just great. I'm going to find the contingency instructions. You three can babysit.
You might want to cover up. You're naked now.
There is issue?
Yeah. Don't know about you personally, but for normal humans, it's distracting to talk to a naked person.
I fetch clothes. Wait.
This place is so cool. It's like something out of an Isaac Asimov novel.
No kidding.
Looks like Chuck already found it. He's fiddling with some kind of wall panel over there.
I have returned. When leave, I must find maid.
Don't worry, we'll get you back up to the surface. But we've got to do something here first.
I have so many questions. They've been driving me crazy. What did you eat while you were down here? And how big is this place? How did you know the door code? What's your home like?
Storage near here. It has strange cube food. No meat. Does not taste good. No moisture. Too filling for small food.
Huh, so freeze-dried food?
I know not size. Most doors closed. If strong and well fed, I might break them. Food not good enough.
That's why Yellow Eyes was eating a fox. Guess whatever slop they have down here ain't good enough.
Alright, come over here. I think I've got a plan.
Code in book. Young Faye forgot.
I'd probably keep one too if my home had a death trap for a foyer.
Home is bright. Many flowers, many small creatures. We hunted in packs. Here is nothing like it.
Can't imagine a cold utilitarian alien laboratory really would be. It sounds like she came through the well in her true form and they thought she was some kind of threat. Kind of screwed up that they just left her here.
Lots of fake text that I can't read. A handful of English plans for floods and the like, but here, it offers a plan if we desperately need to close the well.
That's crazy. Why didn't they just do that in the first place?
There's some kind of disclaimer saying that the dimensional instability might also rip the town in half.
Sounds like a pretty good reason not to do it then.
I disagree. 1, we don't know if closing the well would have the same reaction as closing the breach. 2, the hypothetical blast radius is being moved out far into the ocean. Decent chance it doesn't reach the shore.
I'm with Caleb on this one. That still sounds like a really, really bad plan.
Any of you have a better idea? You included, Tall and Creepy. Thought so. We're going with Plan A then. The weapon in question is some sort of grenade. Once it passes through a portal, it explodes, severing the wormhole entirely. It's located in... I can't read Fae.
I know symbols. I take you to door.
See, Chuck? The alien is already being useful. Aren't you glad you didn't shoot it?
For the present moment.
Is locked. Like most doors.
Can't you just, transform and tear it apart?
Already told. Too weak from bad food.
Lucky for all of us, then, that this book addresses that too. There's another hidden keypad. Ugh! Back here. Can't make heads or tails of what the symbols mean, but this should put it in... a state of emergency reset. Alright, where's that door?
Let's just hope it didn't release something creepy and crawly.
We set off through the passageways of the laboratory. It felt like I was looking through a kaleidoscope. Vaguely familiar, but all wrong just the same. The last time I'd been down here, I'd been 11 years old. A researcher had come back briefly to conduct a 3-month experiment on one of the local bird species. I'd cared little for the experiment, but navigating these alien halls was a moment I'd never forgotten. After a brief walk, we'd cut left into a long passageway. The red lighting overhead flickered eerily as we passed by all manner of lightless rooms and descending staircases. Finally, we stopped in front of a now open room. It lit up with the same red lighting once we'd stepped inside.
So what exactly are we looking for again? A portal closing bomb?
A DDP, Dimensional Discharge Pulse. Apparently it's not particularly volatile unless it's in immediate range of a dimensional rift.
Well, if it's not dangerous down here, let's hope they just left it on a shelf or something.
Any idea, Yellow Eyes? Yellow Eyes 2.
Door locked before. Humans cannot pronounce true name. Given name acceptable.
Guess that's a no. Alright, spread out, and try not to break anything.
The room was a perfect square with a metal grating floor. At the dead center stood some kind of pillar-like device. It housed an empty glass tube in its vertical center. I was doubtful that it was decorative, but hadn't the slightest idea what it would actually be used for. Moving beyond it, the walls were lined with empty shelves. At some point, documents or some kind of alien technology may have filled the spaces, but it had long since been removed. What finally caught my gaze was a protruding metal structure in one of the room's corners. Several circular doors ran up from base to peak, giving it the appearance of an odd filing cabinet. I glanced around my shoulder and found the others either puzzling over their own strange structures or gazing listlessly at the general emptiness of the room. My hands grazed the bottom drawer, and I found that it extended outward, touch alone. Unfortunately, it was empty, as was seemingly everything else in the room. The second drawer was the same, with the exception of a book-shaped panel of glass that likely held some purpose, yet yielded nothing when I examined it. The third was like the first. I was beginning to doubt Chuck's plan until I opened the fourth drawer. Inside lay two pear-shaped metal containers, restrained in form-fitted casing. Each displayed a series of glowing alien symbols, but printed beneath them were the small white letters, DDP. Over here! I think I found two of them!
Was starting to think they'd been cleaned out as well. Good work.
So, now what?
We get the hell back up to the surface so we can get back to Oberstein. You gave us your word, Chuck.
And what about our new friend?
You take me to surface, yes?
That's the plan. With this little bastard, we finally got a shot here.
If it's not too late.
Correct. We must leave, but first we'll check the armory. Once we get on that ship, if we encounter human personnel, they'll likely be armed. I don't want 3 dead kids on my conscience. Come on. We move quickly and silently, trying to take in any unusual sights, but finding the passages bland and the layout of the endless rooms impenetrable. Back we went, through the winding halls, out towards the entrance, down a set of stairs, and then another, and then finally into the first room on the right. We walked into the armory, and it was
fully looted. Either that or not much of an armory.
What about those panels over there?
These? These.
a couple of wetsuits. Not what I was expecting. Doubt these will block anything more than the temperature of the ocean.
Block projectiles. Suits of armor for wearing under WadeVA science code.
Again, how do you know all of this exactly?
They talked much. Very, very bored.
All right. Any other panels you can bang open, Caleb?
No, but there's a few... grenades, maybe? I think... And this...
Turn it off!
Crying out loud, Caleb!
Sorry.
I take it back. No more touching things. Michael, Obediah, you two see what else you can scrounge up here and then put on these suits. Worst case scenario, they don't block bullets, but you won't freeze your ass off if you decide to take a swim.
Each of us stepped outside briefly, to fit the Fey wetsuits under our clothes. The material seemed too thin and soft to stop a bullet. But would it really be any more remarkable than anything else we'd seen? Unfortunately, there were no additional weapons in the armory. Chuck made us count the available ammunition we carried, and it wasn't great. Any prolonged firefight would go south quickly. Still, we had what Chuck ultimately dragged us down here for. A chance. With the DDP, we could close the breach. Our odds didn't look great, but we needed to try. It would have been great if Tricorn swept in and saved the day, or if we had a team of courageous adults that knew exactly what to do when monsters invade your town. But that's just not the hand we've been dealt. With our new alien friend tagging along for the ride, we set out to return to the surface. It was time to put a stop to whatever the hell was going on, or go out swinging in the process. Preferably the former to the latter. I really, really didn't want to get eaten by a fish person.
Absolute horseshit. Absolute. Slant.
Hello, Colonel Godrick. Give me an update.
Air teams have been losing comms and radar the second they enter the town's airspace. The ones who've made it into that fog and successfully returned report they can't find the breach.
And what of the aquatic teams?
Neither team has returned or given any kind of update. We've got no way of knowing what's happening yet.
Have you sent in a probe yet for the ground teams?
Yeah, nothing at all so far. Made its way as far as the clinic. Some distant gunfire occasionally, but no hostiles yet. It looks like the townsfolk have actually done something smart for once and chosen to stay indoors, mostly.
All right. Send in the ground teams and prepare the backup aquatic team. Closing the breach is priority 1. Elimination of hostiles the 2nd. Protection of the population the 3rd. A few might die, but we're not allowing a repeat of South Carolina.
Slant, I've read the inventory and it lists a Cassiopeia. Is it really?
Like I said, we're not allowing another South Carolina. Now get those teams moving pronto. And get me a pack of spirits. It's going to be a long night.
We'd wound our way up through the elevator and back through the tunnels before our new alien friend became more vocal. The pieces of their story were falling into place, namely their mate. Yellow Eyes the first, I guess, was the one who'd been spotted by Caleb and Victoria, originally in the woods near the old bunker. It had been nearly a year, and its sightings had been only the odd rumor or animal attacks since then. It was certainly a stealthy creature. Its mate, Yellow Eyes the second, had sensed it now for almost as long. They can normally communicate psychically, and it had tried reaching Yellow Eyes the first. No response had ever been returned. It seems likely that there's a range to their power, but I'm doubtful that's the limitation here. The alien had described a few of its prior hunts, and the range of communication seemed significant. I'd be willing to bet there's something dampening in the construction of the tunnels. Just another question to add to the endless list I'll ask if I ever meet a Fae. As we took a final turn, past yet another decrepit stone wall, slipped through a fake dead end, and spotted the ladder leading topside, the alien made themselves very clear.
Will assist until find mate. Oh, that much. But that will complete.
That's good enough for me. Now let's get the hell up that ladder and over to Oberstein's.
I'll go first.
What's taking so long?
It's heavy. Must not have been used in years.
Come on.
It's open. Get up here.
Explains why it's hidden. Buried under the boardwalk and covered by 6 inches of sand.
Let me give you a hand, alien. Whoa! I've got you!
I'll fucking kill you! I'll kill you! Kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
What's going on?
Obediah! Ed!
Are you okay? Say something.
Sick bitch! Sick bitch! Sick!
You might be having a seizure.
Deborah? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this about?
Girl. Tortured. Aboard ship. She rages in mind.
Come on, let's get you up these last few rungs.
What was that about a girl? Tortured, you said.
She screamed names. Caleb, Michael, Obediah, Dad.
You don't think...
Who else would it be, Caleb?
What else did you see? You said you saw a ship.
Letters. Human letters. DEBUTANTE.
That's Warchuck's yacht. Or at least it was.
And what else? Is there anything else you saw or heard?
Other names. Deborah. Sylvia.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can you stand? We need to get going.
Yes.
Did you see anything else that could guide us there?
Can sense it. That direction.
Northeast. That's compliant with the initial tricorn report. Now hurry up. My back is starting to ache all crouched down here. Stop. I'll peep my head out first. There's some shadows in the distance, but it's deathly silent. Hopefully they've all headed up towards the plaza. We'll find some kind of boat that I can hotwire out on the jetties. Now come on, and keep quiet. We don't want to attract any undue attention. Quickest way is the stairs over there.
Can't see a damn thing. Fog just keeps getting thicker.
The fog was perfectly still as we crept out from underneath the boardwalk and ambled our way up the wooden stairs. No gunfire, no screams. The creatures must have been heading inland by now. If I had to guess, the downtown section would have been a wreck. Guns pointed and our suits starting to get itchy, we reached a cross in the path. Caleb paused for a moment, facing the direction where Oberstein should have sat. It was impossible to make out anything that far away through the fog. He gave me a conflicted glance, and then continued on with us as we turned left to move out onto the array of jetties. There were maybe 15 to 20 boats docked, spread out between them. Unfortunately, many were dingy little rowboats or antique fishing boats. One hulking eyesore was conspicuously missing from its usual location, Warchuck's ritzy yacht, the Debutante. It hadn't found much use from his now reclusive ex-wife, and considering what we just heard from Yellow Eyes 2, its disappearance was quite likely no mere coincidence.
That sweet little day cruiser over there should provide a nice balance between speed and silence.
Why not a rowboat? Won't they hear us coming?
Just look at those waves, kid. No, we take our chances. Shit, not a lot of gas. Might make it one way over lucky, but no further.
Not a lot of great alternatives.
Wait, that's Burt's fishing boat over there. He always keeps spare cans. I'll be right back.
Hurry, human. Feel presence in distance, not alone.
I quickly passed by 3 boats and jumped onto the side ladder that scaled Burt's rusting fishing boat. I'd only been out here once to meet him for an interview in early April. We'd spent nearly half an hour shooting the shit about Kent and the council. Nice guy. Worryingly, after a quick peek through his cabin windows, he appeared to be absent. A sinking feeling dug into my guts, but I pushed past it as I headed towards the cabin door. My hands wrapped around the handle, and I nearly died right then and there. An awkwardly rigged shotgun blast cleaved right through the upper half of the doorway. A piece of shrapnel exploded outwards, leaving a 1/4-inch slice on my right cheek. Gee fucking whiz. Yellow Eyes II had been right. I'd felt it eat at my nerves since we'd surfaced as well. It had been too quiet, eerily so. Maybe the stragglers wouldn't have noticed us without that shotgun blast. But it was too late now for what-ifs. They were coming. I dashed into Burt's cabin and grabbed one of the gas canisters from the back. As I swiveled around, I noticed Sammy, his foot-tall wooden troutfish staring lifelessly at me. This only confirmed my worries. I mumbled a prayer and launched myself back out onto the deck.
Hurry! They're coming now!
I launched myself over the edge and crashed awkwardly halfway on the jetty. Grunting, and with one of my ribs now screaming at me, I pulled myself up and threw the gas can into Michael's open arms. He started pouring immediately.
They're everywhere!
Keep firing!
Done.
2 shots. 1. Good. I'm freshly out. I'll get this thing running.
Guys! They're coming up from under us now!
Reloading! Cover for me!
I'm occupied! I'm running low! Get the fuck off our boat!
Caleb, throw loud device from armory.
The ball?
I'm out.
Here goes nothing.
Everyone, reload now while we've got the chance.
Only one here. Chuck, how's it coming?
It's coming, all right. Got the panel off, but I'm trying to figure out which wires are for the ignition switch.
Better hurry. I've only got another 2 mags myself.
Working on it.
Is it just me, or did it get real quiet out there?
The noisemaker stop, damn it! And yep, they're turning around, getting their senses. Come on, Chuck!
Cutting them. At least I think so.
Shadows began to once again pierce through the fog as a group of them shambled towards the boat. We were out of options and out of time. Either Chuck got the boat running or we were goners.
Feel her again. Human friend, 6 miles northeast. Strange sound when closer. This repayment.
What?
Jiminy Christmas. It's defending us. There's no way.
Chuck, any update back there?
Red wire on the first terminal. Black wire on the second.
Incoming!
Go, go!
What about Yellow Eyes 2? We can't just leave it.
Our ammo's nearly spent. We've got to go now.
Aye, aye.
Damn it all to hell. And there we were, soaring through the raging waves, heading off towards where we hope to find Victoria, to find this breach, to put a stop to it. But could we? I don't have any illusions that our friendly alien would survive. We were nearly spent on ammunition, and Lord knows what kind of protection they've got aboard the debutante. As mile after mile began to fade away, a distant sound took its place. Something unnatural, something magical, and something awful. If we were to even get there alive, it would take a miracle. But that's all we've got left now. And that's gonna have to be enough. Hold on, Victoria. We're coming for you.